All right, here is episode 4 of African American African. I'm Slap,
And I'm Chloe.
and we are back again. Before we finished last time, we were in the middle talking about the Blanket and Wine
Yep.
concert, and yeah, I remember that night. That was off the hook. There was a lot of people there. It started in the day. The grounds was huge. I mean, I couldn't even really guess how many people were there, but there was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And there was real live performances. In fact, I remember that's where I heard any parts of Kendrick's new album, the DNA album, was it?
Yeah.
The Be Humble.
Yeah.
There's some people on the stage that had a dance routine to it, and here I come to Kenya for the first time, and I hear brand new music from the States that I ain't even heard in the States yet.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about when I said we would listen to hip hop and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's it like being living now on a regular basis here in America?
Oh boy. My life has just become work, 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 no play. So here's what I remember about being an adult in Kenya. And I don't know if things have changed. I haven't been there in years, but every Friday night, evening, if you hadn't made plans during the week, forget it. Because everybody was on their cell phone trying to call everybody, trying to make plans. So if you were trying to make a phone call or trying to text anybody, because of how everybody was trying to make plans and everything, there was no way your call's gonna go through. If you
So everybody be using up all of the
bandwidth,
all the waves.
Yeah. So you would try and make a call, and all the circuits would be busy. So you would have to wait until after 9 o'clock at night to be able to make a call, because everybody's just making plans to be somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And there was even songs made about Friday,
Mm-hmm.
So we would have to make plans ahead of time so that you don't get caught up. You know how people plan around traffic, rush hour?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be plan rush hour time.
I don't know how you plan around something that is always out there. When I was out there, every single time we was on the road, it was rush hour.
So now you can imagine that's different because everybody's trying to get somewhere in a hurry all of a sudden, but everybody's always late. Because if you tell someone let's meet at 2 o'clock, as long as the clock still says 2, even if it's 2:59, it's still 2 o'clock.
Yeah, but that's because you got commuter traffic, like all day.
Depends on where you're going, though. But you had to. There's no way to reach anybody to make plans. So you had to plan like on Friday on where you're going to meet on Friday. And we had specific spots that you would meet people. Because if you're not able to call them, you just go to a certain area where you're going to bump into somebody. And then...
Let me ask you this. So what do you think about the American hustle, so to speak? And the reason why I'm asking is because, out in Kenya, I noticed that employment is kind of hard to come by.
Yeah.
And so I saw just tons and tons of street vendors. I mean, people were out there hustling. They were doing, and it looked like that was like what they did from, dusk to dawn or dawn to dusk,
Yeah.
But out here, there's that hustle too, especially folks in neighborhoods and stuff. And that hustle might be slanging illegal drugs and whatnot.
Right.
What do you think about that?
I mean, here's the thing. You have to survive somehow, You may have your degree, but, the employment doesn't come easy. So you have to figure out how to survive if you're going to buy pens and sell them, be a street vendor or whatever it is, that candy, something to put food on the table. But even with all that happening, there's a lot of community stuff and a lot of social. Okay, the social aspect is real and strong out there, even if the money is hard to come by. So then that flips when you come over here. Here, the money is easy to come by, but then, I don't have a very strong social life like I did. So, yeah, I'll be able to make money. I can just apply for a job, any job, as long as you're not picking whatever job you want. You'll get a job. You'll be able to earn a living. In 2 weeks, you'll have a check. But...
You're saying out here?
Yeah, I'm talking about out here. But then you don't have that social life. Like when I was talking about how we would all have to plan where to meet because everybody's trying to talk to everybody at the same time. And if anybody was in trouble, everybody comes together and takes care of that problem. Because I guess, everybody knows the struggle the other one is going through. But here I feel like if I was going through stuff, if I didn't say something, nobody would come to my rescue. It just feels like I'm alone, even though money is easy to come by. So I think it just flips when you come out here. It's a totally different experience where money, it doesn't have to be much, but it's something you at least have. You're not going to be worried about going to bed hungry, but then you don't have a social life. As opposed to Kenya, where sometimes you may not have money, but you have so many people around you that for a fact nothing's going to happen to you and you're not alone. That's the difference I've seen.
That's something really deep to think about. The community, I mean, just that type of support. I don't feel like there was a lot of that out here, even though there are families and stuff like that. But like some of my family members, like some of my cousins, growing up, they even though they were brothers, they hung with different street sections, and and they were at odds with each other at times, to the point where they've shot at each other.
Oh wow.
And so yeah, there's not a lot of that togetherness, so to speak. I mean, it's I feel like it's, well, I guess it's kind of a real thing, but I feel like it's more less pretend when it comes to like street gangs and stuff like that, because there are conditions, and you got to meet those conditions, or else, things ain't gonna, and it can still go foul anyway, So, I've always been able to, I feel like I've always been able to make things happen no matter where I'm at. Growing up, I've moved a lot. And even when I left at an early age, I still was able to make it happen wherever I go. And so, excuse me. So I feel like, even having been to Kenya a couple of times, and I know the employment situation is different out there. Honestly, I feel like I could make it out there if somebody just, if I just arrived at the airport by myself, and I'd figure some shit out.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, like any other place, there's going to be some beef between people fighting, and, there's stuff like that in every community. And, I mean, I tried to hustle. Like I said, I didn't really want to go to school, and I didn't really feel like college or university was a thing, And so what I did was I went and I was on Macbeth, like the Shakespeare thing. I did the Animal Farm, I acted on stage. I did some commercials. I think I remember one commercial that I did was Coca-Cola commercial. And, they were using one, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I think it was Kool and the Gang. The song, Celebrate Good Times, Come On. Yeah, that was the theme song for that. And we were dancing and stuff. It was supposed to be a club and everybody was drinking Coke. Like, who drinks Coke unless it's a chaser, at the club. But whatever, it did the thing. But yeah.
Did anybody start breakdancing and busting caps?
Unless we had some African Americans come through. But it wasn't much, but it was giving me some money, but it wasn't consistent money.
So to just drink Coke and dance? Is that
No, I mean, that was a commercial.
Oh, the commercial you did.
Yeah, and I made, I think at the time it was 2,000 shillings, which was a lot to me.
Yeah, ain't that like $2? No, $20.
It was $20, but $20 at the time was a lot.
Yeah, I did some commercials too out here.
Are you talking about me?
I did.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I did one out here too. I think that was the very first check I got in the United States. But what commercial are you talking about?
I did a credit card commercial.
Yeah?
It was with an ex, and it was actually dope. We went into this house, and we sat in front of this computer and stuff, and I was told that the commercial was supposed to be strictly for the metro area. I lived in Minnesota at this time. And I was waiting to see whenever it would air. I didn't know when it would air. And then there was a show I used to record, Family Guy, and I don't know, I just had a hunch one day. I was watching the Family Guy, and I was fast forwarding through the commercials, and then I was like, wait, let me backtrack, because I saw a credit card commercial. It just went through in fast speed, And so I was like, yeah, oh, let me see. That didn't look like a familiar commercial, and I rewound it and played it, and it was the commercial I was in,
Cool.
And I was like, whoa, that was exciting. And but here's the funny part. Like a week and a half later, my partner from Cali had called up, from my partner from San Francisco, and he was like, yo, what's up, Slap? I'm like, what's up? And he's like, bro, I don't know, I could have swore I saw you and your family in a credit card commercial or something. I was like, yeah, that was me, but that was something, because they said that it was supposed to only be in the metro area, in Minnesota. So yeah, I did a commercial, and I was also in storybooks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 2 children books. They were both overseas.
So, what did you do for it? Like voiceover?
No, they took pictures. Me and my family at that time, and it was snowing out there, so we were like walking in the snow. It had something to do with the story. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny that you come from having some interactions with entertainment, because I do produce music and stuff, but I've had a lot of different interactions as far as being on TV and all of that stuff. Besides from the commercials, I've been in an interview on a TV show and all kinds of stuff. So I've always thought it'd be kind of cool to maybe get into an actual TV show or movie or something like that.
Yeah, I thought about it. I mean, but like when I came out here, I was more focused on making money and on, getting a life, going to school finally.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
So, I know I used to go and sit at the National Theater and hope there's going to be an audition and make some money. But that's the kind of hustle that I had back then, before I decided, okay, this is not cutting it. I need consistent checks. I had at the time, it was only my son.
You could have always just went to a club and started breakdancing,
Yeah, but
challenging.
Speaking of which, I had a dance competition
in America
gig. No, we'll talk about it next time.
What? Wait a minute. But was it out here in America?
No, it was back at home. I used to win competitions.
So there was no gunfights or nothing?
No.
Or no breakdancing? And this happened in Kenya?
Yeah.
And you said you used to win?
Yeah. They used to make money off of me, too.
Who's they?
Well, how about we talk about it next week?
Okay. It's been another episode of African American Africa, and thanks for tuning in. Peace.